So today, we're going to talk about something that's a classic headache on pretty much any university campus. How do you actually keep track of who shows up to an event? We're diving into a new system called UniAttend that's looking to ditch the clipboard and pen for good.
I mean, we've all been there, right? You're standing in some long line trying to find a pen that works, and then you have to lean over a crowded table to scribble your name. It all feels so, well, ancient.
And the problems are way bigger than just being a little annoying. You've got typos, names you can't even read, and those long lines make events start late. Plus, the organizers have no idea who's actually in the room until they sit down and manually count everything later. For a big event, it's a total nightmare.
But what if you could just replace all of that with a quick scan from your phone? Well, that's the whole idea behind UniAttend. It's a system built from the ground up to pull event check-ins into the 21st century.
At its core, it's basically the whole package. It's designed to handle everything from the moment a student registers to tracking attendance in real time, and it's all digital. The big goal here is to make the entire process faster, way more accurate, and just so much more efficient for everyone. And this really gets to the heart of its mission. See, it's not just about getting rid of paper, it's about building a whole new, smarter workflow, using things like QR codes, automatic emails, and, as we're about to see, some really clever tools for managing groups.
Okay, so why does this actually look like for a student? Well, the real magic of the system is just how simple it is.
It really just boils down to these three super simple steps. First, you register for an event online. The second you do, you get a unique QR code sent right to your email. And then, when you get to the event, a staff member just scans it. That's it. No paper, no pens, no waiting. You're in. But what's actually going on inside that little black and white square? It's not just a picture. It's what they call a secure token. It has a bunch of data baked into it that links you to that specific event. And here's the really important part. It automatically expires after 24 hours, so you can't just screenshot it and try to use it for another event next week. It's a one-time pass. Okay, checking in one person at a time is cool, but this is where UniAttend gets really, really smart. How it handles groups. I mean, think about it. Imagine a hackathon or a big business competition or any workshop where you're split into teams. Making every single person line up one by one to check in, that would be a huge waste of time and totally defeat the purpose. So, how do you solve that? Well, the solution is actually pretty genius. For any team event, one person, the team leader, registers for everybody. They just put in their teammates' details, and the system creates one single QR code for the entire group. And here's the payoff, the killer feature. When that one team leader gets their code scanned, the system instantly marks everyone on that team as present. So a team of 10 people can be checked in, literally, in the time it takes to do one scan. For big events, that is a total game changer. Now, of course, a system like this has to be rock solid. It's got to be fast, it's got to be reliable, and it has to be secure. Especially when you've got hundreds, maybe thousands of students all trying to get in at once. And that's exactly why every single scan kicks off this whole validation process in the background. We're talking a split second for the system to confirm the code is for the right event, that it hasn't been used before, that it's not expired, and that the event isn't already full. It's all happening instantly. So, just how big can we go? Well, the system is designed for massive events. It can handle up to 10,000 individual attendees. And if it's a team event, that's 10,000 times teams. We're talking about a capacity that can handle anything from a tiny seminar all the way up to a huge graduation ceremony. And if we zoom out to the whole system, the entire architecture is built for some serious volume. We're looking at an estimated capacity of up to 1 million unique QR codes. That is more than enough to handle every event for every department across an entire university for a very long time. All right, let's talk about the last piece of the puzzle. And honestly, it might be the most powerful one. When you go digital with attendance, you're not just saving time. You're suddenly unlocking all this data that was basically impossible to get from a stack of paper. For example, an event organizer can see this dashboard in real time. How many people said they were coming versus how many actually walked through the door. This simple chart gives you an instant attendance rate, which is a huge metric for knowing if your event was a success. Or how about this? You can see exactly when people are showing up. Are most people there right at the beginning, or do a lot of them trickle in late? This kind of info is pure gold for planning your next event. Maybe you need to start a little later or send out an extra reminder email. And it's all right there on live dashboards. Organizers can watch the room fill up, see which teams have arrived, and even download all the data into a simple spreadsheet for a deeper dive later on. This is where you move from just counting heads to actually understanding what's going on. So when you put it all together, this is way more than just a new tech tool. It's a huge shift in how things are done. It takes that chaotic, messy process of manual check-ins and turns it into a source of clear, useful information for the whole university. And that kind of leaves us with a really interesting question, doesn't it? When you can solve a problem like event attendance and make it this smooth and this data-rich, it really makes you wonder what other old-school campus process is ready to be completely reinvented next.